This unit is Craft Your Rollout Strategy. It's the second unit on the Salesforce mobile app rollout module, which is part of the Admin Intermediate Trail. My name is Jeff Alhadeff. You're welcome to join along with me as I work my way through this unit on Trailhead. If I come across something that I see seems confusing or needs a little bit of additional explanation, at least to my mind, I'll put a link to it in the description below, and so you could jump on that, or you could just listen along with me. Okay, after completing this unit, you'll be able to explain the differences between mobile and desktop usage. Okay. Discover your user's mobile. I'm just like, really? Like, one's on your mobile phones, one's on your desktop. Shouldn't they be the same? Okay. Discover your user's mobile Salesforce requirements. Discover your user's mobile Salesforce requirements. And define and prioritize appropriate mobile use cases. Okay. Like, what are they required to do on their mobile phone with using Salesforce? I think that's what that means. Okay, get into the mobile mindset. Before we get into the nuts and bolts of developing your rollout strategy, we need to tackle something a little more abstract, a shift in your mindset. Okay. When approaching a mobile rollout, many customers make the mistake of trying to replicate their desktop Salesforce experience on mobile. Hey, that's what I was just doing. I was like, they should be the same. See, it's a bad idea, and here's why. People interact with mobile devices much differently than laptops. Think about how many times a day you pick up your phone. 50, 100, don't worry. You're not an addict, we swear. Okay, well, you might be, but... In fact, according to the 2013 Internet Trends Report, most people check their phones. About to sneeze. Okay. Happy to have saved that from you. Okay, think about... Okay. 50, 100... Okay, in fact, according to the 2013 Internet Trends Report, most people check their phones 150 times a day. And guess what else? Flurry Analytics found that users spend 170 minutes on their phones per day. And I'm curious... What's my... Okay, I spend less than that. That's still more than I care to admit. Okay, do the math. That means the average mobile session is about 70 seconds long. Pretty mind-blowing, right? Now, throw that number away in your brain because it's the key to making the shift to a mobile mindset. Mobile is about micro moments. Unlike the long sit-down sessions that are common with laptops, people interact with their phones in a series of brief and frequent bursts. Generally, they're trying to accomplish a specific task, like getting directions or checking their calendar, and they don't have much time to do it before getting pulled away or distracted. We call these interactions micro moments, the point in time when someone uses their phone in context to take a quick action or consume information. And on average, these bursts of focus activity last about a minute. The anatomy of a micro moment. Now, don't go discriminating against micro moments because they're so tiny. Cute. The short time span isn't a limitation, it's an opportunity. You have a chance to intercept your users at critical points during the day, anticipating their needs and helping them work smarter. Micro moments are powerful because they encourage a certain kind of interaction, one that is short, atomic. Oh, we're going to define that. Short, the interaction is brief, it takes time to complete is no longer than a minute and a half. The atomic, the interaction is discrete and focused. It's one workflow or activity, and the interaction isn't dependent on other things. It doesn't require users to jump outside of their flow to go complete another action somewhere else. Atomic. I don't think that word means what it would be. Contextual. I'm going to go, what is it? relating to atoms. Of or forming a single irreducible unit or component in a larger system. Okay, I guess it means that. Contextual. The interaction happens in real time, and it's related to the user's current situation. What's the user doing now? What does she need? Where is she? What's next on her calendar? Nice Venn diagram. If you can deliver the value to your mobile users during these micro moments, then the Salesforce app will become an indispensable tool that makes their jobs easier. You'll be a hero to your users, and you'll drive the overall adoption of Salesforce to win-win. Driving the adoption of Salesforce is a benefit to Salesforce. It's a benefit to the company if they invested in it, that they're getting usage out of it. But it's more... I'm wondering out loud, obviously, what overall adoption of Salesforce means to an admin. Does that mean people are spending more time in Salesforce? That's not necessarily a good thing. Does it mean that they're using it to track their deals and get higher close rates? They're helping that happen? That is a good thing. Anyhow, adoption of Salesforce is good for Salesforce if it's good for the customer, right? I mean, just using the technology more isn't really good for the technology company unless you're a media company. For micro moments to use cases, like if a person has to do 4 searches in Google, that's not good for Google. I mean, yeah, they get to show 4 different groups of ads, but people are going to stop using Google if you have to do it that many times. You want to get the first results at the right time. So in business technology, you want to use it as little as possible so you could do the things that are revenue generating or core to your job. Okay. Moving on. From micro moments to use cases. So how do you help users take advantage of these micro moments when they have a minute or two to get something done in the Salesforce app? Start by looking at your Salesforce implementation through a mobile lens and break down your business processes into bite-sized chunks. Which tasks can be accomplished quickly on a mobile phone? Try to identify time-saving scenarios that address what your mobile users need most. Those scenarios will become your initial use cases. Anyone in your business, target the right users. Anyone in your business could use the Salesforce app, but we recommend you start with your road warriors, the users who are constantly on the go and away from their desks. Focused first on the key roles within your sales and service organizations because you're more likely to discover high-value use cases with those groups. If you're a Service Cloud customer, target your field service reps. If you're a Sales Cloud customer, come up with use cases for your field sales reps, as well as sales managers and executives. After you tackle your road warriors, develop use cases that apply to other groups of users. A potential mobile user is anyone who would benefit from using Salesforce in a variety of settings. While commuting as a passenger, in line at the coffee shop while not checking out, or at the not at the child's soccer game. That's not okay. You should not be on your phone at your child's soccer game. You should be watching your child playing soccer. Okay. There are even times that employees might use the mobile app at their desks. Skeptical? Well, it happens if the internet goes down or the power is out or a laptop dies. Having mobile access means your employees can continue working in Salesforce without interruption. Get inspired. Sample use cases. Maybe you're already bursting at the seams with ideas for mobile use cases. But if you're just starting to shift into the mobile mindset, you might need some inspiration. In that case, check out our ebook, 100 Ways to Run Your Business from Your Phone, which is full of mobile ideas from actual Salesforce customers. In addition to In addition to sales, service, and marketing use cases, you'll find cool examples of how the Salesforce app can be used in IT, operations, HR, and more. But to help you get you up and running quickly, here are some mobile use cases from the most common types of CRM road warriors. Sales reps. Log activities. Collaborate on deals. Update deal information, review new leads, convert leads, get immediate answers to customer questions. Sales managers, approve discounts, view the pipeline, support sales reps, sales executives. View real-time company performance metrics, get updates before important meetings, and the service rep, capture photos of customer sites, check order status, get immediate answers from experts, get directions to customer sites, update and close cases, view customer information. It's interesting that they top justified this column and middle justified this one. I'm trying to decide if I like it or not. Jury's still out. Involve users early and often. Before you get too far with all your brilliant ideas for mobile use cases, let's stop and get input from someone someone really important, your user. What do your users really need? What are their pain points? Put yourself in their shoes and do whatever it takes to get their perspective, because the truth is that your users won't adopt the Salesforce app if it doesn't provide value and make their job easier. There you go. You have to balance the needs of the business with the needs of your users. And the best way to find out what your users need is to gasp. Go talk to them. Gasp. Fine. Shocking, we know. Seriously, though, if you spend a day observing users and asking questions, you'll discover opportunities for mobile that you otherwise never would have imagined. So grab your deerstalker hat, Sherlock, because it's time to explore user needs. So grab your deerstalker hat, Sherlock. Who knew? Here are some methods you can use to get input from your users. Ride-alongs, interviews, focus groups, surveys, chat, or other collaboration tools. Although it requires the biggest time investment, you'll learn most about your users by doing a ride-along. There's really no substitute for witnessing your users' success and struggles firsthand. So try to accompany at least one of your road warriors on a typical day. Ride along to all their appointments, shadow them in meetings, and observe their interactions, big and small. Be a good detective and hunt for clues. What kind of questions do customers ask? What information would it be useful to them to have at their fingertips? Which tasks are most frustrating or time-consuming? Are they carrying clipboards, printouts, spreadsheets, using sticky notes? Are they capturing information in consumer apps like Evernote or Dropbox? Can you give them an easy way to store that data in Salesforce? Hopefully we've convinced you that it's worth your time and effort to observe users in action. But no matter which research method you choose, just remember, be a good listener and take thorough notes. Interpret the research. Once you've completed your research, how do you translate those valuable insights into use cases? Here are a few examples of pain points and how you might alleviate them with a Salesforce app. The problem we observed. Sales reps are too busy to transcribe their meeting notes after a customer visit. They sometimes forget information that might help them with a sale. A potential solution. Create a quick log a call custom action. Create a quick log a call custom action. Default the date and time of the visit and provide a description field. Using the phone's speech-to-text feature, users can dictate their notes into the description field, which takes less than a minute. No typing required. Problem. It's a hassle for sales reps to access product data sheets. They have to look in a binder or call the office. A potential solution. Create a dedicated chatter group where the marketing team can post data sheets. Mobile users can easily view the most recent file from their phone. The problem you observed. Sales reps often don't have time to call HQ and place an order right after a meeting. There's a lag time between the customer's order request and the order placement. Create a custom action called Place an Order. The user completes a few required fields and updates kick off a workflow that sends an email to customer service. The email contains just enough information to get the order started. Now, reps can place orders while they're sitting in front of the customer. Hopefully after they've said, excuse me, let me just share this information with my team. Keep in mind that many use cases simply involve standard out-of-the-box functionality packaged for micro moments. Take the example of the quick log a call action. Users already have the ability to log calls in the Salesforce app. You're just giving them a shortcut that makes it easier and faster to perform that particular action in context and on the road. We know you're chomping at the bit to learn how to implement these use cases. Never fear, we'll cover the basics of customizing the mobile app later in the module. Identify winning use cases. Between your own ideas and the input you've received from users, you probably have a ton of potential use cases. How do you figure out which ones are the best? Here are the 3 ingredients that make up a fruitful use case. It's designed for micro moments. The interaction is short, contextual, and atomic. I just think like explosive, like of relating to like atomic bomb. Like, wow, that was. I don't think I've ever used the word atomic. Yeah. Feels like. Okay. There's value for the end user. The use case will benefit employees and make their jobs easier. The business impact is high. You can tie the use cases to a KPI or an important business metric. You should be able to measure the value the use case will bring to your organization. Prioritize use cases. We know you're stoked to share all these amazingly practical mobile use cases with your users, but you have to show a little restraint. Sorry to be a buzzkill, but pardon me, I can't read with my glasses off, and I can't read with them so dirty. Your users can only digest so much new functionality at one time. Start small and iterate. I don't like that word. For your mobile launch, it's a good idea to pick your top 3 use cases. But how do you figure out which use cases to roll out first? They all seem so awesome. We've come up with a handy-dandy matrix that lets you plot your use cases on a simple graph to see which ones will give you the most bang for your buck. Here's how it works. On the horizontal axis is the ease of cultural adoption. Evaluate each use case and decide how much work it will be to change your users' existing behavior. On the vertical axis is the business impact. Rank each use case according to how much value it will add to your business. Plot your use cases on the graph to see where they fall. Our advice, focus on the quick wins and low-hanging fruit. There are plenty of mobile use cases that fit into these 2 categories, which are high value and easy for your users to adopt. It is not low, it is not hanging, and it isn't fruit. And yet we use it. You probably came up with some use cases that could have a major transformative impact, but they usually require more extensive planning, resources, and technical skills to implement. Tackle those larger mobile initiatives during a later phase of your mobile layout after you've reached a baseline level of mobile adoption with the quick wins and low-hanging fruit. Okay, now that you've prioritized your use cases, it's time to educate yourself about the Salesforce app so you can become your company's trusted mobile advisor. I'm going to take the quiz. See how I did? Woohoo! Thanks for watching.